Welcome to the next episode of Podcasting in the Park. My name is Mike Ortiz, CEO of Tandem Podcasting. We are here in Washington Square Park, New York City. A little cloudy outside, but we got a lot of people here, and there's a lot of stories out there. So we're going to talk to some people, New Yorkers, visitors, and just see what's going on. Welcome to the next episode.
All right, let's get right into it. So, New York's been open for a little while now. What have you been really excited to get back to since everything's been opened?
I am really impressed that everybody's out here enjoying the sun on a July Saturday. No one's wearing masks.
Yeah.
Very few are wearing masks. Actually, I'm kind of confused why some people still are wearing masks. If you're fully vaccinated, you should be normal. It should be good for everyone to hang out. Then again, with any virus, there is some hesitancy. There's a lot of fear out there.
I think that's what it is.
And like anything else, Americans are kind of told to always not conform. They enjoy a good conspiracy.
Yep, that's us.
And there's a lot of distrust with the government, especially if you had a president that lied to you a lot. Then it's hard to believe anything that's out there right now.
Wow. Do you have a podcast?
No, I don't.
You should.
Thank you.
You're very opinionated. It's awesome.
Oh, don't get me started about the government.
I guess Tys Bar. That's where I used to dance.
Oh, cool.
In my skivvies for $1 bills.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a bear bar on Christopher Street. And since I'm a little bear cub, they let me dance there.
Nice.
And I asked for my old job back. They haven't gotten dancers yet, I guess, for some reason. But hopefully they call me back.
I'm actually big into history and stuff. I really want to go to the Met Museum. I finally got a chance a couple of weeks ago.
Nice.
So I was very excited about that. And then obviously today we're going to go to the Spyscape Museum in Midtown near Central Park.
Yep.
So
Spyscape.
Pretty excited about that.
Yeah, Spyscape was definitely what I wanted to do. I saw it 5-6 years ago, and then I didn't get to go. My parents weren't really into it, so I've always wanted to go, and then I was planning to, and then now I actually can. So it's nice.
Yeah.
I don't really know the city that well, so I was just hoping to explore, maybe find some hidden gems. I don't know.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you're Washington Square Park. This is a good start. So Squarespace, what is that like? Was that like the projections and no? What's Square? What is it again?
Spyscape.
Spyscape. Jesus. What's Spyscape again?
Yeah, so they have it's like the Spy Museum, and they have the whole experience too, where you can do missions, and it's kind of like an escape room, but more spy related.
Oh my God, that's so fun!
Wow. And all that. So that's like
Spyscape.
Yeah.
That's so cool. There's so many cool things you could do here. It's just it's great.
It's a really nice city.
Greatest city on earth.
Totally. All right.
Definitely Wash. I've met a lot of cool people here.
Wash. What's Wash?
Washington Square Park. I just call it Wash.
Wash.
It's what the cool kids call it.
Wash. Whoa.
Wash. Yeah.
Cool.
Well, for me, besides going to the dance studio, I do go to karaoke right afterwards.
Nice.
So, it's somewhere in K-Town. It's inside Food Gallery 32, so you might want to go there too.
Nice. Very cool. So what do you guys, when you guys are doing the karaoke, what kind of music do you guys, what kind of songs do you sing?
We both are really into K-pop.
Nice.
And I early 2000s pop and stuff like that, so we definitely,
very cool.
A lot of that.
Nice. Awesome.
So Colorado, Boulder,
Yeah.
there is good food, but it's not necessarily known for its food scene. I might get in trouble if I say that, but at least that's how I feel.
Yeah.
It's also just what I'm used to. But coming here, I really, really wanted edible cookie dough, and we passed the edible cookie dough place.
That's
and
awesome.
I know it was kind of a fad in 2015. It was a whole trendy thing, But I love it purely for the taste. So I'm not doing it for the aesthetic or the Instagram photos, whatever. I just want edible cookie dough.
Oh my God.
And so that's like, I haven't gotten it yet. Okay. But I'm like dying to get it on our way back.
You have to go.
Yeah.
It has to happen.
Yeah.
It's funny. Can't you bake it too? Like afterwards? Like I've had it before.
I don't
we're
know.
able to bake it. It says in the box if you have any extra, you could like bake it.
Oh,
and, like,
really?
make cookies out
I got
of
it one time, like from a food truck in
Yeah.
Seattle,
Oh,
but
nice.
like there's no places in Denver. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
And like, yeah, so I'm really excited.
Nice. Very cool.
For me, it's just been able to go see my friend who has an apartment in the city and just being able to see her who I haven't seen in a while. That's been really nice.
Nice.
Honestly, I haven't been here since 2 years ago.
Yes.
And we went to Carol's place.
Cool.
What's the name of the street so I can tell them? Bleecker Street.
Bleecker Street. Nice.
It's amazing. You just have unlimited mimosas from 11 to 4. So, you know, I'm already tipsy. Just so
11
you
to
know.
4. You guys are coming from brunch?
Oh my God, yes.
Nice. That's awesome.
It's been amazing. Full belly. Already tipsy. I can't ask for more, honestly.
Nice. So you guys are excited. So you've been like waiting for brunch. That's one of the cool things you've been.
For the longest time.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, me too. Brunch is great. It's fun, especially when you got like friends you haven't seen in a while. New York City brunches, best things to do. What have been the most eye-opening culture shifts that you guys have seen since the pandemic started?
For me, it's just being able to see that, like, I work as a teacher, so in the beginning, it was really nice to see people being like, teachers deserve to be paid more, because it was a lot of work. Because I just got my degree, so like I had to start kind of like figuring out how to be a teacher in the middle of a pandemic when you just got out of college is really hard.
Yeah,
but
sounds like a challenge.
just the fact that people are like, teachers do deserve to be paid more was really nice.
100%. What are you, Jess?
I feel like the biggest thing I've learned from the pandemic is that the more things you can do by yourself, the better.
Yep.
So if you learn how to do, as a girl, to do your nails or your hair, your makeup, the more things you can do for yourself and you don't have to rely on anybody about it, the better. It's so much cheaper and you get to experience your creative side. So it's just lovely that you know how to do all those things by yourself.
Wow. I never thought about that. Just being able to really self-care, like do things to yourself. That's interesting. Save a lot of money.
It saves you so much money. I can't even. I don't know. I don't even know where to start. That if I try to do my keratin treatment that I've been so used to.
How much does that cost?
Here in the city, it's like $300.
Get out of here! $300
plus tip.
Plus tip.
Yeah. And if you learn to do it by yourself, it's like $100.
Oh wow,
that's a big
quite
difference.
a savings. Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool. Wow. Interesting.
I've had way more conversations with people about stuff like that, about just how the universe works and the more truthful history of the world.
Yeah.
Because our old mainstream stories were just made up to control the narrative just so they can control us.
Right.
And there is a more truthful history of the world that was covered up just because it wasn't in their agenda to tell that story.
Yeah.
And all this kind of stuff. And it's been like really interesting talking to people about all this. Yeah.
Right. So like all social culture and,
I
things
think
like
the
transparency.
pandemic brought it out for me. I don't know if it was for a lot of other people too, or if I'm just having the conversations because I'm knowledge about it now.
Yes.
Stuff like I don't know what came first, the chicken or the egg, but I think it's a combo of everything.
There's been a lot more flexibility on the end of businesses now, whereas in terms of especially in terms of both for customers and for employees, a lot of power is shifted towards the customer and employee side in terms of takeout and pickup options and everyone and work from home, virtual things are going to continue on.
Yeah.
So I think that flexibility and the control over that is something that wasn't really there before, which I think will stay for a while. The options of virtual things or the options of delivery and those kind of things are going to stay for a while.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is like similar to that point, work-life balance, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this, like, at least in this country especially, right? We don't really have a good work-life balance. People work 5 days a week. They work really hard. I mean, that's why we're America. But at the same time, it's like we really need to be kind of rethinking how we're working in light of the pandemic, right? It brings new challenges to light for sure. So I know companies are piloting 4-day work weeks.
Yes.
Those kind of things. So, yeah.
How would you feel if you had a 4-day work week?
I would be very excited. I like the idea of having a long weekend every weekend, Because
Right.
I think that flexibility is like, I can go to New York and spend 2 or 3 nights there. Like, I'm not forced to, just come on a day trip, right? Or I can go, like, to Florida for a weekend or California or wherever it is, It's like I like that flexibility. And it's kind of, the idea is, like, now I get to take more control of my life, and having that extra day means a lot. And, even companies are saying people are more productive, right?
Yeah.
In a 4-day work week, so.
100%.
Well, firstly, the mask. I mean, like, in other places, like, wearing a mask is kind of like a norm when you're sick or anything, just to prevent any diseases, or if the air is, like, kind of, like, not good, the air pollution is, like, ass completely. And I think it's, like, another culture eye-opening thing.
Yeah.
Is technically people's true colors towards people based on their race or anything, their ethnic backgrounds, because now we are seeing, like, a lot of the anti-Asian hate crimes, like, we're seeing the true colors of every single person around us.
Yeah. It's sad. Right.
I think that, like, a lot of, like, people have not taken it seriously,
Right.
but, like, slowly, like, things are going back to normal. People are getting vaccinated, and I'm hoping that, like, we'll, like, adjust to, like it's kind of like a flu. Like, there's a vaccine now, and everyone's, like, doing what they can to be careful. So hopefully things go back to normal completely, or
Right.
at least, like, somewhat.
I would say, like, I think that people are a lot more invested in what's going on in the world than they were
Right.
before, just because COVID sort of forced us to all start paying attention to what was going on, and also, like, what else were we going to do besides look at the news. Like, there was a pandemic going on, and I think that, plus all the political turmoil that was happening,
Right.
like, I think that everyone that I've talked to from school and just from work have been, like, way more invested in current events, and I think that that's really important, and I think it's kind of like a silver lining to all the sugar honey iced tea that's been happening the past year.
Like a wake-up call, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
nuts. But yeah, totally agree. Can you tell us about your experience, school, work, during the pandemic?
Yeah, so I was a senior in high school when the pandemic hit, and, it was a total culture shock, right? At least because senior year didn't have a lot of work, but just kind of being away from people and then slowly getting back into that as things died down was pretty tough. And then I go to college in Atlanta, so I finally went back in January. Yeah, so that was pretty awesome. Definitely got to meet people, right? So I'm pretty excited now that things are kind of coming back to life, and the city, Atlanta, New Jersey, where it is, they're all coming back. So yeah.
What about you, Earl?
I think it's kind of like a reset summer for me, because last year I had a lot of plans, and then everything just, because I was also in senior in high school, so I had a lot of plans for right after graduating high school. So then this year's kind of like a reset summer. So it's nice that everything started coming back around this time.
Right.
So that's what it is.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, so I was also a senior in high school. All three of us were.
Got it.
Like, the second half of your senior year is supposed to be the best time of any, like,
Totally.
all 12 years in high school.
Yeah.
So we missed that, and we missed, like, the summer after your high school, which was also
Yeah.
supposed to be a lot of fun. I go to Georgetown in DC, so I didn't have my first year experience in college.
Oh no.
But we're going back. All three of us are going back next year, so we're gonna party it up.
Nice. Very exciting. That's good to hear.
So I go to
Virtual
school. at Pitzer College. It's like a tiny liberal arts school in Southern California.
Nice.
And I did online school for the first semester of like fall 2020. And then I did like half credits, like I didn't take a lot of classes, and it was great, but I didn't love it, and it just didn't feel like the same quality of education that I was getting when I was at school on campus. And so I took this past spring semester off, and then I have a little gig at a restaurant, and so I've just been working there. And it's really nice because I love my coworkers. We hang out a lot. It's a really great like work environment. So I've been working there a lot and just kind of hanging out and taking a couple months to like reset.
Nice.
And
It's good to get that like
Yeah.
reset and everything. How does that feel? Like transitioning from going with like friends and being around all these people to like, you know, sitting in front of a computer screen.
oh my God, it was so weird. Like
Yeah.
being pulled back into it and like having to fly home. Because like I loved being out in California. It was my freshman year.
Yeah.
Was like the time that I got to spend on campus, and then COVID happened and we were sent home,
Yeah.
and I didn't get to see my friends for like forever, and it just felt like it didn't feel real
Yeah.
for the beginning of it, because I was so happy in California, and then it was like all of a sudden spending so much time inside, not being able to talk to everyone. And I think that's how everyone felt. Like I think everyone was sort of disoriented, but I was definitely no exception to that for sure.
I bet. Pivoting here, we're gonna go on a different kind of tone. So with podcasting, let's switch. We're gonna switch it up a little bit. Have either of you ever thought about making a podcast before?
Yeah, I have a friend. His name's Charlie. He's an actor, very high energy.
Cool.
Really funny dude. We thought about doing like a skit or some shit. I don't know. Something funny. Yeah.
Why didn't you do it?
I guess with anything creative, it's like hard to take the first step, right?
Yeah.
It's like a little bit of an anxiety about like, how do we go about this?
I think it's for people that like have something they want to say.
Yeah.
You know, they'll do the research and they like to be opinionated and make their mark and contribute like that. So I think personally, believe it or not, I'm really just kind of a listener. I like listening to the news and taking perspectives and stuff like that.
Nice.
And I have my opinion, but you know, the thing about opinions is that it is a very narrow point of view. You know.
I don't know about right now, but I took a stab at a podcast
cool.
maybe like October, November. I think that was around election season, so I was just kind of getting into politics, and I thought maybe kind of talking about my political views would be interesting. So
that's great.
Yeah.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how hard do you think it is to start a podcast? Well, I guess you already kind of know, so maybe a rule.
I'd say probably 7.5, just because I think the traction you need to get since it's a big market.
Yeah.
So I think the traction you need for a podcast is hard to get initially. So like in like a lot of industries of entertainment, it's always like that. So I think that's the main issue, and so yeah.
100%.
I'd agree with that. Also, like to have a podcast that would like just fly. Like you need something that's unique.
Yep.
You need to stand out. There's like millions of podcasts out there, so that's like, I'd say it's really hard to get one going.
Yeah, that's a niche topics are huge. That's a really good point, Sanj. That's awesome stuff. Yeah, I mean these are all things people talk about. But yeah, it's good.
I haven't really had a thought of creating a podcast, but
I've been interested in making a podcast for like some time. I thought about making it based on like music and like celebrities and stuff, like updates and everything in the news, like celebrities starting families or like new music being released, stuff like that. Because I'm a really big, like, I love music. Music is my love language. If someone sends me a playlist and say like, hey, I made this for you, I'll fall in love with them.
Yeah, for sure. That's so cool. It's like making a mixtape, like a CD.
Yeah.
You guys are probably too young for that, but we used to have mixtapes and mixed CDs back in the day.
like mixtapes.
Yeah. Oh, it made me a mixtape. That's awesome. I totally agree with that. It's like So a music-based podcast playlist, like obviously music is super popular. I think there's definitely I definitely think there'd be a lot of interest in that genre. But yeah, no, these are great ideas. This is awesome.
Yeah, I have a podcast.
Oh, you have one? Oh,
yeah,
you got a podcast.
Rhett Seaver podcast on YouTube.
Rhett Seaver podcast. Are you on like iTunes and like or
just,
not iTunes,
just
Spotify,
YouTube so
Apple?
far.
Okay.
But do you know what? I think I should do this. So I should get on other platforms.
We're gonna get you on Tandem. When we're done here, we are so getting you on Tandem, Rhett, because
this
it's
is awesome.
it's literally gonna give you way more exposure and this is all, we're gonna work
really
with you.
Cool. Yeah.
Not personally, but my friend is really into podcasts, and she's been trying to get me to be a part of a podcast for a long time because I have a lot of opinions about things, and she's like, "You should be in a podcast."
Yep, you should. You have some funny jokes that you kind of like get in there. It's good.
Personally, I don't think I haven't thought about it because I know it's hard to think about a different topic every single day.
Yeah.
I don't think I can handle that, so I appreciate and kind of honor somebody who can hold a podcast for years and years. So personally, I don't think I can do it, but thank God there's podcasts.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
No. Would you be interested in like learning more about the podcast space, like classes, courses, videos that kind of teach you more about how to podcast?
Yeah, I mean, really just mainly about the distribution.
Yeah, totally. That's what we do.
You know, what it costs and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Very cool. This is awesome.
I would definitely be interested, but I don't know if I have like the proper funds to attend those sorts of classes.
What if it was free?
If it was free, then hell yeah.
All right, we got your email, so we're good. It's all free stuff for you.
I mean, maybe I definitely could see how like learning how to be a part of a podcast, especially as a teacher, could be like the new way to reach other like kids. I mean, I work with preschoolers, so they don't really understand technology very well.
Right.
But I can understand how, especially for like high schoolers and college students, it could be the way to expand education even further. And I think it would be cool. I just don't know about me personally.
Right, 100%. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys' time, and you guys enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Cool.